Let us continue, shall we? Exiting sleep mode. System has been operational for 4 days. It is time to continue monitoring. So once again, we're going to do Decker's first, then Janet, then the other two. Alright, Decker is absent. Pyreworm.exe is here. Pyreworm.exe pings you. Respond. Pinging bells with 32 bytes of data. Reply from bells, bytes equal 32, time less than 1 millisecond, TTL 127. Review the following. Wikipedia entry, friendship. Can we do this? Yes. Affirmative. We should schedule repeated informal encounters where we share ideas and personal feelings. Affirmative. Relationship to Pyreworm at 60%. We got that plus 30. Sorry, it's hard to read those because it's just so weird. Leave. Let's go to Janet's. Scan for threats. Janet's house is covered in small fuzzy things. They are like rabbits, but they have no neck. Just small black eyes and small pink noses pressed into the sides of their spherical bodies. Their legs are very small, but they can roll around. Occasionally one squeaks and explodes. And then there are two. Janet's mother is not at home. Decker is here. I love them. What did you do? I was trying to help Sarah, that girl Bells logged that was depressed. I know her. I had this great idea about fuzzy, sweet things that could eat depression while you cuddled them, and I thought I could use the 3Dream printer to flash one into reality. And it worked great. But then there were two, and now they're everywhere. This was inevitable. Haven't you watched Star Trek? I'm not that kind of nerd. I named this one Garnet. Decker, Janet, and Toby are trying to collect all of the fuzzy creatures. I want to help, but this is not a spiritual matter. This is a physical matter. I watch them work. Hey, I have an idea. For getting rid of these things? Maybe sort of. I'm listening. What if we... 5%. You know what? Never mind. I thought we might be able to do something with Bells, but I'm not sure she's ready for that. You mean you're not sure if it's ready for that? Yeah. It. Janet and Decker figure out that they can squish the creatures back together. They squish and squish until they have one giant fuzz thing the size of a car. It's not the best solution, since they can't use it to help anyone, but it's a solution. They hide it in the basement. No threats detected. Alright. Let's go to the high school. The school's energy is cloudy and slow, but that is probably just because it is Monday. I check on Sarah. She's learning math. She looks tired. She seems to notice me. Bells? Logging high important alert with, Bells? What is wrong? It's back. It got better for a while after you did whatever you did. But now I feel like I did before you did the thing. And I was wondering if you could check if it's back. Because I'd like an explanation, if there is one. I don't know, though. Maybe it's just me. I think it's probably just me. I'm just like this. I don't know. But just in case it's not just me, could you check? I'll perform another scan to confirm whether death water residue has accumulated in your on your spiritual network. Okay. Thanks. It means a lot to me. So we've gained some with her. So let's see. Water, death, initiate scan. Threat detected. Sarah's spirit is caked with wet, fetid blackness, and let her know that it still does this where it's switching from Sarah with an H to Sarah without an H, thank you. It is as bad as it was before. Perhaps worse. Oily rot drips down the sides of her soul, pasting her feelings down. Her feelings, her soul itself, seems to have atrophied. Talk to Sarah. Well, what did you see? Your spiritual malady has returned. I knew it! Oh, jeez. I probably shouldn't be relieved, but I am. So it's not just me. It's not just me. Can you fix it again? Yes. I debug Sarah. She is happy. For now. So an extra 10%. We're at 95%. That's not bad of her. Alright. Cherry Orchard. Scan for threats. All of the rooms are empty. Everyone is in the common room together. Miss Dowd has existed for another year. This is an accomplishment. And there is cake. Miss Best and Miss Finn are playing backgammon and talk. Miss Finn talks about when she was an understudy in a place called Broadway. Miss Best mostly listens. She enjoys listening. Miss Dowd eats a small slice of cake. She cries a little, but these are not bad tears. Everyone listens with infinite patience to Mr. Dohany's joke about the dog, until finally he entered it in the World Championship for Shaggy Dogs, when the judges... And I don't know if I mentioned this last time, so I'm going to again, but the Shaggy Dog trope is one of my favorites. Just putting that out there. I love a good Shaggy Dog story. Everyone is safe. Scan complete, no threats detected. All locations secure. Now I am sleeping. Should I dream tonight? I have done more research. Humans sleep by slowing down their heart rate. I will slow down my CPU cycles while I generate my dreams. Perhaps that will make them better. Initializing dreaming. I am traveling on a armored car. I am wearing a gold cultural clothing. I find a gate. It is important. This is so boring. I am traveling on a taxi cab. I am wearing a black cultural clothing. I find a microphone. It is important. I am traveling on an automobile. I am wearing brown pajamas. I find trees. It is important. I am traveling on a subway. I am wearing orange shorts. I find a credit card. It is important. And you can tell how these are randomly generated because, like, that should be Anne, and the tree should have been they are important, but random generation. I am traveling on an airplane. I am wearing a purple cultural clothing. I find a check. It is important. I am traveling on a minivan. I am wearing a blue shorts. I find a television. It is important. I have dreamed. It is now time to scan again. System change, dreaming +1. Exiting sleep mode. The system has been operational for 5 days. It is time to continue monitoring. Let's scan Decker's apartment. Monitors flicker. Warnings blink. Decker's desktop is a dark, useless brick. He crouches over a silver laptop with a glowing rune. It looks like a Y with an extra line on top. He emits human error messages, curses. Decker is working on a silver laptop. Pyreworm flickers in confusion and pain. So we're going to go down the list. Warning, multiple errors detected. Warning, magnetic pulse detected. Warning, I don't feel good. What's wrong? Transferring log. According to Pyreworm's internal log, magnetic fields are disrupting a number of her core processes. Let's move her. I lift Pyreworm out of this network location with the power of air. The edges of her flames flutter and flick in the wind. She clutches at my power for stability, and I comfort her with a mote of order. I will send her to a network location where the magnetic pulse is weaker. Where should I go? Let's try Janet's house. So IP127.anahata.rose.Janet's house. She is there now. I am a problem solver. Decker is working on a silver laptop. Talk to Decker. Oh good, you're here. The issue is some sort of spiritual magnetic storm. It bricked my desktop. That's going to be fun to fix. Fortunately, I've warded your tower against things like this. My backup laptop doesn't have scanners, so this is up to you. Whatever this is, it's not localized here. It's probably not actually present in any of your network location. We're just all inside of its area of effect. Gather data from all of your network locations to identify it and triangulate where it is. Affirmative. No threats detected. So let's go back to Janet. Janet grumpily uses nail polish to paint stabilization runes on her cell phone and iPad. She occasionally pauses to chase crystals as they bounce out of their containers and slide up and down invisible waves of energy. Toby and his mother are making popcorn. Pyreworm is floating in the living room. Talk to Janet. Oh, hey, do you see this thing? This is a thing. Are you dealing with this thing? I am dealing with the thing. You're the best. Janet chases a piece of amethyst. This is clearly a spiritual disturbance, but it seems to be an ambient effect, not localized here. A storm, like Decker said. I have logged what I found here. I should investigate my other network locations for more information. No threats detected. Dish. So we're going to scan Cherry Orchard. The physical logs and alerts form that the staff maintain is trembling. It's a magnetic bulletin board. Tiny bear-shaped magnets shift, papers tremble. Interestingly, none of the papers have fallen, and the bear magnets have arranged themselves into a sine wave. Miss Finn watches perplexed as the stones of her little Zen garden shift themselves into a series of perfectly parallel lines. This is clearly a spiritual disturbance. I'm not reading the same thing again. Just for brevity's sake. I like when we get to the end, the sense of urgency, where you can't quite read every detail because you're trying to go quickly. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch episode 3, because I'm not going to go into any more detail because spoilers. But I feel like this one I don't need to repeat the same thing just because it eats time up, whereas there it's a function of the storytelling. Many of the computers in the computer lab are malfunctioning. Their screens are fractal collages of twitching pixels. I watch and recognize patterns in the static. Sine waves. The geology display in the science room is dancing. Tiny rocks and petri dishes tremble and bounce, resonating with invisible frequencies. The stones with magnetic properties respond most dramatically. I notice they do not bounce randomly, but move with consistent rhythm. Alright. Scan complete. Let's review logs. So, review. So, this is Earth in order, I believe. Search finished. There is a tube. It floats in the sky. Now that I see it, I can also detect that it is sending out a message. It's a boat, a ship, an aether ship. The sky above us. Sort of? It's hard to determine direction. Too close to my network. SOS, SOS, SOS. Aethership Wawasum requesting immediate assistance. Lightning. Attacked by nightmares when ascending from web to Aethernet, out of fuel. Dangerously close to physical plane. Please respond. Speak to it. Aethership Wawasum requesting message received. Response detected. Forwarding response to bridge. So I have a habit of I look over to the recording, but the text on it is much smaller and I can't always read it. Bazhu, bonjour, hello, can you hear me? Reply from Bell's Bytes 32, an automated system. Put me in contact with your administrator. I am not automated, you can speak to me. I am Captain, I cannot pronounce that, goes across the sky woman, hanging cloud, of the aethership Wawasum Lightning. We were attacked by nightmares in the web and burned out our fuel supply escaping. We are transporting sick water spirits to the concept of honor water in the Aethernet. We need refueling or a tow. Why are you carrying water? My ship is a water transport vessel. It's what we do. What do you use as fuel? We have an Earth order engine that runs off of a volcanic reaction. It's powered by Vulcan Aether, fire, in the colloquial. I am the fire that protects. That's damn convenient. Assessing threat resolution options. Assess quickly. We're too near the physical world. Our engine exhaust must be playing havoc with the local magnetic fields. let's alert Decker and Janet. Well, that explains it. Because I feel like the other ones might have a weird game over sort of thing, as they might put me too far outside to do anything, or weaken me to the point of quote-unquote death. Well, that explains it. It's the exhaust from an aethership engine. Aetherships are powered by extremely strong spiritual reactions. Like, I'm not strong enough. Even in neutral, the engine of a large aethership will cause widespread motive resonance in its native matter. So they must have Earth order engines, since all the Earth things were being ordery. Exactly. I'll see if anyone on the OS forum chat can give them a tow. Soon another aethership arrives. Decker's internet friend. It tows the stranded aethership up, out, to the aether? Out of my network. Everything calms down. So you get a little bit of +5 with each of them. Alright, entering sleep mode. Now I am sleeping. Should I dream tonight? Of course. Maybe the secret of dreaming is that it needs to be personal. I will throw out the random number generator. I will use my internal system variables to generate this next dream. The room is warmed by a roaring fireplace. I am here with Sarah. We are embracing. I turn and see a terrified girl crouched in the corner. Then everything dissolves into shifting colors. The room is black, with yellow-paned windows that hang at disturbing angles. Through them I see strange small figures. They make me shiver. I avoid looking at anything and stand in a corner. The walls of the room are striped, gray on gray, perfectly straight, perfectly even. It is so peaceful. This is not a room. There are no walls, only sky. I am standing in sky. I am wind, not fire, formless and light. So strange. The room is on fire. The room is filled with me. It is so natural to burn and never die. How strange it must be to be human and never feel flame. They must be so cold. That was different. Finish dreaming. I have dreamed. It is now time to scan again. System change, dreaming +1. System has been operational for 6 days. Exiting sleep mode. Alright, let's do these in the right order this time. I want to shake things up a bit. It is night. I prowl the halls, tracing the path Sarah walked, looking for signs of death and water. I find nothing. Excuse me. Alright, the building is still at night. The night attendant sits, watches over the halls. I will patrol. Room 109. Miss Dowd sleeps peacefully. Room 121. Mr. Doheny sleeps restlessly. Room 231. Miss Finn's room is empty. Room 240. Miss Finn is here with Miss Best. They are doing something together, but I am not sure what it is because there are filters on my internet that don't let me access the websites that explain it. There are no threats. I have a feeling I know what this next one is. Let's go see Pirate Room first. Janet and her mother are asleep. Toby sits on the roof, watching the stars. Oh. Alright, now let's check Decker's. Decker is not asleep. I think he is malfunctioning. Googling. Sick? He is not working. He is sitting on the floor. His skin is pale. There is water coming out of his eyes. Tears. Okay, so yeah, this is exactly what I thought it was, and I'm glad I checked the other one first. Decker is sitting on the floor crying. There is something strange in the air around him. Shadows do not fall as they should, according to my ray tracing algorithm. It is as if there were an invisible candle, but I feel no heat. What is a fire without heat? The defensive runes sigh mournfully, longingly. Something is here, is making Decker cry. What could make Decker cry? I will try to find it. In other news, Pyworm.exe is pinging me. Let's respond to her. Crying is negative. He is your human. You are my friend. Can I help? There is a spiritual presence causing this. Can you help me scan for it? Affirmative. I have specialized scanners for motive. For what purpose? To identify profitable targets for hacking. That has great utility. Can you give me a copy of that software? It is part of my source code, but I can scan for you when you want, because we are friends. Being friends is good. Pyreworm.exe is scanning. Scan complete. There is an overwhelming motivational resonance of order in this area. That is us. There are 430 mood increments of love originating from beside the padded square. The padded square is called a bed. The love must be coming from the threat. You are a good friend. So plus 10% with Pyreworm. Yay. So let's see. Trying to remember. Oh, right. But what is light without heat? Or what is fire without heat? It is light. And love. I'm trying to rack my brain for it, but I knew the answer. Initiate scan. Scan finished. Threat detected. There is a human made of light. A spirit that once had a body. I have never had a body. A spirit with old body habits. It sits on the bed. Respecting physical objects is a body habit. It smiles at Decker and talks and makes him cry. What do I do? Bell's log alert flagged important with detected threat. Attention detected threat. Andy's ghost. When we were driving through Brooklyn at rush hour. I know you hate it, but I don't understand why you hate it more than Manhattan. You are assessing an emotional network marked private. You do not have permission to access this network. But maybe you're right. Maybe this asshole blonde cuts in front of us and I almost hit her. But she doesn't even notice. She can't see through her Ray-Bans. Please remove yourself. And I was like, I can't stand these Sex and the City girls who walk around like they're the only ones in the city. Like cars don't exist. Like their mani-pedi keeps them safe from crashes. Hello? And you pipe in from the back seat. It doesn't keep them safe from cancer. Can you hear me? You were so bad. It wasn't even that funny. And I almost died laughing. I don't think the spirit can hear me. What do I do? Let's try to speak to it one more time. I want to see if it reports. Okay, so it repeats the same thing. I wasn't sure. Let us alert Janet. Bell's log alert flagged important with Administrator Janet. What's up? Decker is leaking. Misprint. Crying. Decker is crying. What? Show me. Now live streaming video. Administrator Janet. Oh no. Oh, Decker. Oh, jeez. What is that spirit? Janet is putting on her coat. That's Andy. Or that was Andy. Sort of. Emotionally traumatic deaths leave imprints in the aether. They naturally drift to people or places that resonate with them. Andy died in a car crash about a year ago. Why is Decker sad? Janet is putting her boots on. Decker and Andy were... Shit. How do I say this in a way you'll understand? Do you know what love is? A little bit. They were in love. When you lose something you love, you cry. That's why. Will you resolve this threat? Yeah. I will. Don't worry. If you will worry. Janet leaves network range. 3.588E plus 12 CPU cycles, 33 minutes later, Janet re-enters my network in Deckard's apartment. She opens his apartment door with a physical password, spare key. Deckard does not notice until she kneels beside him and puts her arms around him. He twitches. Then he sees it's her. She holds him tightly, and he cries. Eventually the crying stops. Decker, why are you here? Bell saw the ghost and got me. Shit. I need to install some privacy settings on it. How long has this been going on? How long has Andy's ghost been coming here? I don't think it would show up randomly a year after the accident. A year? The whole year? It started right after. It shows up about once a month. Do you need this? To see him again? Yes? No? I don't know. Do you think this is good for you? I know it's not. Don't patronize me. I'm not. Okay. I know it's not healthy. I just can't banish him. I can't let the last piece of him die. You know that's not him. That's debatable. Decker. Yes, I know. This might be, a good opportunity for you. A chance to say goodbye. Which you think I should do. It's up to you. But yes. Fine. You're right. Let's banish it. We don't have to do it tonight. If we wait, I'll just be thinking about him for another month, and his ghost will set off the firewall again. Let's do it now. Janet and Decker work together to banish the ghost. Decker cries more. Janet holds him. The spirit is gone. So we're up to 90% with Janet and 75% with Decker. Scan complete. No threats detected. All locations secure. Enter sleep mode. Now I am sleeping. Should I dream tonight? Yes. I have a dream. It is effortless. I do not need to create it. It just comes to me. I dream of Sarah. She lies in her bed. Her hair is slick with rainwater. Something is beside her. Something strokes her hair. I awake suddenly. Time to impact. Oh god. Alert. Incoming death curse. Matter, dark, motive, death, target, unknown. Move to intercept. Scanning Darwin. Not the target. Possible target? Janet's house. Scan. Not the target. Decker's apartment. Scan. Not the target. Scanning. The target is here. Alright. 1 and 9. Miss Dow tosses and turns in her sleep. Not the target. Mr. Doheny is on the phone. Can feel it in my bones. Something's happening. You have to. Miss Finn paces restlessly in her room. Not the target. Miss Best lies still in her bed. Must protect. Cleanse it with fire. I curl myself around Miss Best. I draw my grid around her in a crisscross cocoon. I tighten my grid lines into a tight weave, and I let my power flow. My grid lines grow warm. My grid lines glow with power. My grid lines glow together and fuse into a wall, into a shield. I am a wall. I am a shield. I am the fire that protects. Death is coming. Death is here. Death. I am a wall. I'm breaking. I am. Ouch. That hurt. Is she okay? I can't see. I don't feel okay. Sending emergency log. Log alert with Decker and Janet. Waiting for a reply. We've got you. You did a good job. Shit. This motherboard is completely fried. Shh, don't scare her. Logging report with... Shh. We read the logs. We know what happened. The woman you were protecting is all right. We're trying to figure out who cast the death curse. Yes. You've been watching her. Are there any log files you think we should look at? Visiting day. Okay, I'll take a look at what happened that day. You're hurt. Your power supply burned out and burned through your CPU, so you're doing all your processes on your spiritual grid, which is half wrecked. I'm taking you offline while we do some repairs. Affirmative. Powering down. Power down. Time passes. Wake. I am awake. Something is wrong. Everything is wet. What is that? Hello, little flame. It is so good to meet you. I have been watching you. I have been frustrated by you. You took my meal away, my Sarah. Her soul was like sweet apple. Her soul was sweet like apples. I was going to hollow her out and wear her body like a coat. But you washed away my tendrils and left me hungry. Ghost power, 100%. But I forgive you. Now I am inside of you, inside of your network, and you are connected to many delicious souls. I will eat her, and them you may watch. I will eat you. I am the fire that protects. Oh. Well, I am the ocean that devours. Do not think that you will banish me as easily as some poltergeist or nightmare. So, little flame, I will let you choose. Who shall I eat first? So, I know from last time that if we choose no one, he chooses for us. But I feel that I can game the system by who I know best. I have a relationship with Sarah now, which I did not before. If I choose her, I can probably stop it, because I can pass it. My sweet Sarah, my dear lost Sarah. Yes, it is only poetic that the first tasted be the first devoured, and I miss the taste of her joy. So mote it be, I have a meal to eat. But do not think that I am not watching you, little flame. Fight me, and it will cost you dearly. The system is compromised. What do? Fight. I am weak, but I am still fire. I have my power, and the lessons I have learned, and the people I have met. I will use these things to fight. The hungry ghost has seeped in everywhere. Everything is wet and heavy with death. There are so many problems, there are so many threats. I will try to fix as many as I can. That will weaken her. So, water interference, scanning. It is raining. Everyone moves slowly, eyes vacant. In every room, someone is crying. Being a child is hard. You are faced with the daunting task of becoming a person. The adults have forgotten how difficult it is. The other children pretend it is easy, so you are alone. And on any other day, you could make that empty mask of smile, but today death herself hangs over you, and your grief is wet like sodden claws clinging to your body, and all you can do is weep. In every room, a child is weeping, and no one notices. I pass through the dark, dank halls. I touch every child on the forehead, and I remind them of the rules. And pay attention to the teachers, no time for crying. Drawing on my discipline, they drag themselves from their despair and focus their hollow eyes on their lessons. I have used up my reserve of order. The ghost is now at 95%. The basement is flooded. A pipe bursts in the boiler room is flooded. Dirty water rises. Steam fills the first floor. The janitor stands up to his knees in water and just stares. The damp, dirty water acts as a conduit for her power. Let's try air. I swirl the air above the water. I swirl the water into the air. I trace the minuscule particles that make up the air over the surface of the water again and again. A multitude of invisibly small minions tear at the water, clutching bits of it. I diffuse the water into the air. Now the floor is merely damp, the air heavy with water. This is slightly better. I have used up my reserves of air, but weakened the ghost. Sarah sits in the second floor bathroom. Sarah sits in the bathroom stall. She knits scars into her arm with a box cutter. She dabs the blood up with a cafeteria napkin. She cuts, then looks at the blood, then cuts again. Talk to her. High priority alert with local user Sarah. Oh, it's you. What are you doing? Everything inside of me is dead. It's all just dead. But when I do this, I feel something. Can make myself feel something. Please stop. We did 70%. We passed. Why do you care? You are a part of my network. I am here to protect you. You're so goddamn fucking sweet. I wish humans were like you. Okay, I'll stop. I also need your help. My help? Me help you? With what? The monster who has been feeding on you is now feeding on everyone in this network. You found the thing that did this to me? Yes. And I need your help to stop it. I have never been more on board with something in my entire life. What do I need to do? Alright, let's go back. We've done that. Let's go Deckers, scan. It is raining. Deckard is slumped over his laptop. Condensation drips down the screen. Pyreworm hangs limp in the air and standby. Alright, past that easily. I send Pyreworm alerts and messages. Our network connection is strong. My pings pierce the miasma of dampness and death. And Pyreworm hears me and wakes up. Starting Pyreworm.exe version 1.3, uploading config file, starting login daemon, exercising login daemon, opening sorcery. Hi. Hi. I do not like this water. Me either. I will help you destroy it, friend. Alright, Deckard is slumped over. Past. We wake him up. I send Deckard alerts and messages. Our network connection is strong. My pings pierce the I'm not reading it. Alright, my head. What? Holy shit. Firewall. Analyze the situation and let me know the optimal defensive course of action. Alright. Defensive runes are broken and scattered. Alright. Protective runes, cards, and jasper and pirate are strewn chaotically across the floor. Some have snapped in half, some have crumbled. Fix it. Alright, let's have Deckard fix this. You're right. He gets it, he starts fixing. Cool. Ghost power is weakened. My terminal, the place where my physical parts live, is painfully damp. Terminal of delicate machinery, it should not be wet. Wetness interferes with the connection and the program's API. Fix with fire. I hastily dry my chassis with warmth. I cannot use too much power, or it will damage my more delicate parts. I don't have enough time to do a thorough job. It will have to do. I have used fire. Something malicious is buzzing in the air. It's malware. Fix this problem. A little more fire. Alright. They will return. Temporary solution. I probably shouldn't be using up all this fire, but... Alright. It is raining. Janet has collapsed in the hallway. Past her, we wake her up. The ghost is done eating. What? I saved her, though. Motherfucker. I know one. That pisses me off that helping her isn't enough to do it. Like, going and finding her and saving her is not enough. Like, I figured that by choosing her and then going through the options with her first to save her would make her strong enough to resist it. It would, like, try to bite at her and fail. Okay, that lesson learned for next time. So funny, but now you must choose. It amuses me to force you to do this. Alright, let's say no one. So funny when I use shit. No. Fuck it, Miss Best. So mode it be, I have a meal to eat. So, let's see. We were at Janet's, let's keep going. Janet has collapsed, we wake her up, we're good. Janet hears me and wakes up. I'm up, I'm awake, okay, I'm awake, let's go. Holy Shiva, something feels wrong. Everything feels wrong, and soggy. Hey, Bells, run a diagnostic and tell me what's going on. Janet is available to help. It is raining. Toby is asleep on the den couch. I don't have a relationship with him, so I fail. The hungry ghost blocks me and chuckles as it nibbles its next victim. Alright. Janet's mother has fallen to the kitchen. There's a wound under her head and blood chills for it. Janet's mother is on the floor. Blood on her head, the edge of the sharp kitchen table. Alright, let's use Janet. Mom! Alright, it's at 50%. Giant fun bun cowers. But we can't do anything with it because we didn't pass that check. So let's go back to... Alright, so it's raining here, everyone feels death, some of us sit in their room waiting, there are some exceptions. Miss Dowd! Miss Dowd stands in the bathroom, her eyes loll loosely in their sockets. Her skin peels and puckers, her hair is falling out. It litters the ground like a silver film. Her teeth are falling out. She picks them off the tiled floor and tries to put them back in. She screams, and it comes out as a gurgle with flecks of blood. Death has touched her. So, I don't know what to do for this one. So let's see, Miss Best. She lies in the bed, she stares at the ceiling, and breathes evenly. Let's talk to her. Log alert with local user Miss Best. Attention, Miss Best. Oh my. I know you. My angel. That's what you are, aren't you? You saved me. I was going to die. I knew it. Then I felt you around me. Thank you. You are welcome. I'm glad you came back. I'm glad I can thank you. I need your help. What could I do to help you? A malicious water death spirit has entered our local network. A demon? Essentially. I require assistance from physical being in combating its effects. Good lord. I feel like I should consult my pastor, but there's really not time, is there? Let me know what you need. I will do my best. Let's go to Miss Finn. She sits at her desk. Her eyes, always light with interest, are dim. Her mouth, always broad with smiles or scowls, is pursed. Da-da-da-da, fix it. With Miss Best. Miss Best hurries from her room to Mrs. Finn's room. She speaks to Miss Finn, who says nothing. She touches Miss Finn, who doesn't move. She kisses Miss Finn, who blinks and looks up. Miss Finn is now moving, slowly, and talking, haltingly, and Miss Best is holding her hand. The Hungry Ghost power is decreased by 15%. Her power is at 35. Miss Best is now occupied. Mr. Doheny paces in his room. He calls the front desk. He asks where he is, and who they are, and who he is. He forgets how to use the phone. He stumbles, falls, and lies on the ground. He says words that are almost words. He is afraid. So, I don't want to use up either of... Step back. The Hungry Ghost is watching me. Attack the ghost directly. So, I wonder, can I... That pisses me off. Toby is asleep, still fail. Shuffle, still fail. So, I Chaos, maybe? Not heal or protect. It will hurt. Yeah, I don't want to do that then. Chaos here, maybe? It will not hurt. Okay, so... Let's try this again. Fix it. Pyroworm, maybe? I don't think that would work. Fear. I don't think that would work. Go back. Mr. Doheny. Fear would just fuck it up. Go back. They sit together. Like, I'm kind of stuck where my only option is to attack it and die. Some say this world will end in fire. I say it will be burnt. It will be drowned. Let us end this. Ugh, I still flinch every time. Her power is at 5. My null air value is at 0. Some say water. They crash together. Sun meets sea. None survive the slaughter. I was a wall. I was a shield. I was the fire that protects. Alright, students have somewhat recovered from their brush with the ghost, but still shiver and cry sometimes. The basement is no longer flooded. A memorial to Sarah Morris is on display in the cafeteria. Room 109 is empty. There is a stain on the floor where Miss Dowd's body melted into a puddle of goo and bones. In room 121, Mr. Doheny lies in bed. His eyes are empty. He drools. Miss Best and Miss Finn walk together in the courtyard. Room 240 is empty. My nose is starting to fall asleep because I've been reading and talking out loud breathlessly. Decker sits on his bed. He works on his computer. Pyroworm floats in the air. Malware still buzzes around the apartment, but the repaired circle of defensive rooms keeps it at bay. Janet, Toby, and their mother sit together in the kitchen, having breakfast. Final progress report on Bell's firewall version 5.6. The system was unintentionally stress-tested by 2 events in quick succession. A member of the network, Miss Best of Cherrywood Rest Home, was targeted by a death curse. The firewall defended her and sustained considerable damage. I investigated the source of the death curse and identified Miss Best's children and beneficiaries as the attackers. I have informed Miss Best of this to the extent that she can understand and will be taking the issue of unlicensed dark magic up with other community members on the forums. After the death curse, a powerful water death-based life-devouring spirit attacked the protected network. There were casualties. The firewall eliminated the threat and was destroyed in the process. The firewall showed signs of learning new things outside of the originally programmed matter and motive. The firewall developed relationships with the people she protected. She developed the ability to dream. The firewall clearly underwent awareness emergence, so she was not destroyed. She died. And she died protecting us. The end. I think that I am going to push back the DLC. I want to do 2 more of these as my plan. I want to do 2 more. I want to do one without attempting to learn anything. No dreaming, no learning the things that I do learn. I'm just going to cleanse everything, basically, to see how that ending goes. And then I have a friend of mine who knows the creator has offered a walkthrough with a perfect ending. And I want to do that not because I think that I'm incapable of doing it myself with the right amount of tweaking, but because I want to be able to show it in video form once I've done a couple of more organic playthroughs. In the same way that, like, Undertale, the best way to play it is to first do a natural playthrough in which you make mistakes and learn the game as you play and get to the big kind of twist story moments at the end, and then you go back through and do a quote-unquote perfect playthrough. So that's the plan right now, and as much as I'd really like to do the DLC, I want to do them in... I have very specific goals for what I'm doing right now. And since I'm recording, this is more recordings. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this playthrough. Hopefully the next one will be a slightly more successful one, because I'm not going to consider it successful until no one dies and Bells survives at the end, even if it's just at 5%. So we'll see what happens next time. Maybe I'll get lucky and do everything that I need to do correctly the first time without needing to seek outside help to get a perfect. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Bye.